Welcome, everybody, to our convention webinar. I'm Eric Christensen, Executive Director of College Sports Communicators. Whether you're new to the convention and to our organization or you're returning, we're really excited to connect with you today to give you highlights, to highlight what you need to know before you go to CSC UNITE 24 in Las Vegas. A couple of points I'd like to mention, and then we'll turn to our speakers for today to give you highlights. As you know, College Sports Communicators is a 24/7, 365 organization. But really our major event, our tentpole event, is our convention. Partnering with NACDA, we are present with all of the other leaders in college sports during our time together at our convention. It's not just a meeting. If you've been there before, you know that. It's a place to learn. It's a place to grow. It's a place to connect. It's a place to really get invigorated about your role and about how we support college sports. So we're excited today to provide a number of highlights, important tips and elements, and really underscore all the benefits for our members by participating in our convention. So I am going to turn next and introduce the College Sports Communicators Board President for this year, John Paquette from the Big East Conference. John?
Thank you, Eric. Thanks for joining us on this webinar. Been to a lot of conventions, and obviously, you know, the people on this call, you know, we look at it maybe a little differently now that we're on the board and we're trying to put together a convention. But I always look forward to it. You know, it's a place to learn. It's a place to sometimes you get affirmation on what you're doing. So you think, hey, maybe I'm doing things the right way. That's also a good feeling as well. But most important, I think, at least for me, through the years, it's a place to network and renew relationships and make new ones. I have people that I know and have been friends with for a long, long time just by going to the convention. That's the only place that I'll see them. And, you know, we can continue communicating throughout the year. But that's what I value. That, you know, I have spent my whole career in athletic communications. And we all get to go to cool events and be part of great games. But the thing that I value the most are my relationships, and where I get the greatest value of my relationships is at the convention. And, you know, I hope you reach out. And I do believe that, especially if you haven't been here before, don't worry, don't be intimidated. You know, so you'll make friends, keep up the good work, and keep communicating with them throughout the year, and just have a good feeling. Hopefully you have a good feeling, and we really think you will have a great feeling when you're going back home. So I appreciate the opportunity to make these comments, and really looking forward to seeing everybody. And please come up and say hello. I mean, you know, we're working the convention, but you know, we're more than happy to say hello or to answer any questions as we're kind of roaming around. The guy who roams around the most is our Associate Executive Director, Will Rollison. Will be the guy with the earpiece for 4 or 5 days that you'll see running the shop. So I'm going to send it over to Will for some comments. Will.
Thank you, John, and good afternoon, everyone. Yeah, certainly looking forward to getting on site in Las Vegas. We as staff always view this as our Super Bowl of the year. So in a little over 3 weeks, we will all be gathered in Las Vegas. I wanted to share with you a few pieces of general information about the convention and things you might want to know. Certainly, you can find out all this and more on our website. The specific URL is collegesportscommunicators.com/2024 convention. So hopefully we answer most, if not all, of your questions here. But if we don't, you should find anything on that website. And if that still doesn't answer it, certainly don't hesitate to reach out to any member of our executive board or staff. A few highlights for you here. Again, registration is ongoing. We are now at the late rate. Hopefully most of you have already purchased your registration. If not, you can still do that now online, and that will continue till we get on site in Vegas together. Registration will open at 8 a.m. Pacific time on that Sunday morning. We have a few committee meetings that morning, and then the full programming schedule will begin at noon. We do have a gift for you. Obviously, we changed our name a short time ago, and we'll have a CSC t-shirt for you at registration. The only thing we ask is that you have a completed membership profile in our database. You can go ahead and update that now if you haven't already, and show us when you get to registration, and we will hand you a t-shirt. If it's not updated when you arrive on site, we'll have some computers right at registration for you to do just that. So our gift to you for being in attendance with us. Again, hopefully most all of you have your hotel reservations. Our room block at Mandalay Bay Resort and Delano is sold out, but there are plenty of other options. If you still need a room, we encourage you to consider Luxor, which is right next door, is also an MGM property, as is Mandalay Bay, and it's connected by an indoor shopping center area, so you don't even have to go out in the Las Vegas heat to get over to Mandalay Bay and to the convention center. In terms of getting to Mandalay Bay, we know that most of you will be arriving at Harry Reid International Airport. The great thing is that unlike Orlando, where the airport is on the other side of town, the airport in Las Vegas is right downtown and just a 10-minute ride away. We encourage Uber or Lyft, and really in Las Vegas, sometimes cab service is your best and least expensive option. So we do have some links on our website to check out some of those. For those of you who are driving or maybe renting a car while you're in Las Vegas, there will be parking available on site at Mandalay Bay as well, and you can find out more specifics on our website. The question we most often get each year is, what does your badge get you? And our numbers tell us that about 30% of our attendees each year are first or second time attendees. So sometimes we forget what's obvious to us is not to our attendees. So we want to certainly remind you that it gets you to everything that's CSC related, educational panels, award ceremonies, our exhibit hall, and social events as well. So anything under the CSC banner, we highly encourage you to attend. Also, and this is an important reminder, is that you're also welcome to attend all NACTA sessions that aren't food service or otherwise marked as closed. There's maybe some meetings or things like that, but basically any educational programming that is being put on by NACTA or one of its many affiliates in marketing, compliance, academic advising, facilities, etc., you are welcome to attend. Likewise, if you have colleagues that are attending NACTA and are registered under a NACTA badge, remind them and encourage them to attend our open sessions as well. So we think that's one of the great pieces, the collaboration since we first began having our convention in conjunction with NACTA affiliates back in 2013. We'll talk a little bit more as we go through about some of the other NACTA events that you can participate in. But again, just a reminder, all this information is available on our website. Bo, if you'd like to move to the next slide. Tell you something about the food service options. We have one food service event each day on the schedule that's included with your badge. The Sunday welcome reception, which is presented by our new partner at Athlete. That's in the exhibit hall at 5 o'clock on Sunday. Again, the first big social event and first opportunity to really engage and network with one another. And certainly we encourage you to visit our exhibitors. We expect to have our largest exhibitor contingent in a few years since pre-COVID. So we're excited about that. Little new this year, again, we'll have the All-Star Night of Honors on Monday again, and that is presented by ESPN. This year, that will include both the CSC Hall of Fame induction ceremony and the Academic All-America Hall of Fame induction ceremony, and we have a great class of inductees this year as well. There are some additional CSC special awards that will be presented that night. That'll start with a social event and food service a little after 5, and then at 5:45 we will step into the room and have a great ceremony, which should be a great, certainly the biggest selection of honors in one event that I think we have ever had. So that's really a can't miss event. On Tuesday, that's the CSC's night in NACTA exhibit hall. That will begin at 5. Your badge gets you in there, so I encourage you to attend that. Just a reminder, especially to maybe first timers, that NACTA's exhibit hall is also open on Monday night, but your badge does not get you into that event, as we pay to get our attendees in on Tuesday evening. And then on Wednesday, we'll wrap things up. The last event of the convention will be the special awards luncheon, where we will present a number of our other special awards to your colleagues and CSC members. New piece this year, the NACTA is doing something they're calling the Shoreline Concession Stand. This is in their exhibit hall. And so on each of the 4 days of convention, there will be snacks and beverages. These are available for purchase, but CSC attendees are welcome to go in and purchase those. They'll also include some lunch options on Monday as well. So something new to the program. And then also important, the Mandalay Bay Resort is so large that there are numerous restaurants and food courts within the property. You don't even have to go outside. For those of you who have been with us in Orlando at the Marriott World Center, it's kind of a landlocked property, and there are a limited number of food service options. So the great thing is, again, you don't have to go outside, but you'll have plenty of options, both as part of the convention and just some other options available right there in the convention center space. So those are some information on the dining options. And again, we can answer some questions at the end here as well. With that, I will pitch it over to Barb, who will clue us in on some of the educational offerings in Las Vegas. Barb?
Yeah, thanks, Will. And again, folks, if you have any questions, please put them in the chat. We'll be happy to get to them during this presentation. I am going to talk a little bit about our programming and our sessions. And I do want to thank everyone for joining us again today. We will be doing programming all 4 days, beginning at noon Las Vegas time on Sunday, and we'll run our programming right up to the Wednesday Special Awards Brunch, which will end our convention happenings for this year. For some of you who have come before, you know that we have varied content to address the needs of our diverse membership. And if you are a first-time attendee, I think that when you take a look at our programming, you will see there is something for everyone. There are strategic and leadership sessions. There are sessions geared to larger universities and conferences, programming geared to small college staffs and small college needs. Tremendous networking opportunities exist throughout. When you sit next to someone at a session event, or you get to meet some of the presenters afterwards. And our goal is always to have you walk out of a session with food for thought and some takeaways to bring back to your office, to bring back to your colleagues, to start implementing right away. So a lot of people take notes. A lot of people use their phone to take notes, or they actually come in with, the old-fashioned pad and paper, and we encourage you to do that. We also encourage you, you'll be able to, we'll talk a little bit later about a mobile app. You'll actually be able to ask questions during sessions via a mobile app. That gets tremendous response. It's very easy to do, and it takes away some of the pressures of having to stand up at a microphone and ask your questions in front of 200 or 300 people. So I think that's another way to interact with the presenters during the sessions. We do have a lot to cover, so some of our sessions will overlap. So you'll have an opportunity to check and see which time slots work best for you for what session ideas and topics. Some of the highlights for those of you, like I said, we start on Sunday. On Monday is our special divisional day programming format. It's a day devoted to programming and idea sharing specific to your division. There'll be rooms and sessions dedicated to NCAA Division I, Division II, Division III, the NAIA, two-year schools, Canadian members, and those who work in conference offices. The advantage of being with our athletic directors and our friends from NACTA and our colleagues are that we have campus leaders, athletic directors, other members addressing our members during sessions. And so that is really a really big benefit for us. Some of our other things that we're going to do to highlight our events, we have a special leadership expert, Chris Gargano, who will address the membership on Sunday in a very lively and interactive session. He's also going to be a guest speaker in Division III and the NAIA divisional days. He's going to work with them on issues specific to their particular division and their work and their demands and their issues. Again, like we mentioned, one advantage of being together with NACTA colleagues is the ability to do joint programming. Take a look at the schedule on Tuesday. We have 2 sessions that are collaborative. One will be with small school athletic directors and CSC, and we're going to do a workplace wellness session. I just finished a planning meeting with the presenters. They are dynamic. They are from pro sports. We've got a Super Bowl champion who's a big advocate of workplace wellness for college athletics, who's going to speak. I highly encourage everyone to attend that 9 a.m. Tuesday session. It's going to be really, really informative, and you'll be walking away with some terrific takeaways. Later on Tuesday, we're going to work with our friends from ICLA, which is a licensing group, and we're going to do a really interesting session on building a great communications matrix and how to communicate with all the different areas of your athletic department to really enhance your brand messaging, to enhance your communication, and to obviously boost your revenue and engagement with alumni, friends, and fans. So we think that that'll be really informative as well. And we've got a lot of general sessions, folks. We've got rooms that are sized between 200 and 800. We have smaller educational lounges, we call them. Those are small group settings where there's, excuse me, a lot of how-tos and hands-on training. Excuse me. One expansion this year is in our Adobe Creative Suite programming. We welcome 2 Adobe specialists, both who work in the college environment and with athletic departments, excuse me, to do special training sessions with everyone, focusing a lot on Adobe Express. They're also going to hold open office hours the times that they are not presenting. So there's going to be ample opportunity for you to work with them and get your questions answered and let them help you enhance your understanding of the Adobe suite. One more thing, if we can switch to the screen, Bo. Excuse me. Yep, the CSCU Summit. This is not part of our Las Vegas experience, but it happens prior to Las Vegas. This is an online virtual summit of educational programming on June 4th and 5th. There are 2 sessions a day on Zoom, pre-registration required. And this is programming geared to young professionals, those people who might be in their 1st or 2nd year as an athletic communicator, folks who are graduate students, who are interns, who are undergraduate students, those people who are interested in pursuing a career in our profession. That is going to be some terrific programming. We're going to talk about writing, building your confidence, setting professional boundaries, tips for learning to work with new sports, and we'll end with a really special Zoom breakout networking session. So as we said before, we've got something for everyone. We really, really encourage, if you have younger members of your staff, those who are interested in pursuing this as a career, for them to check out the CSCU Summit, register for that Zoom presentation. Like I said, 4 different sessions. We encourage people to attend all 4. If you can't, that's okay. It's individual registration per session. So that gives us a quick summation of our professional development. And I'm going to throw it over to Bo White. He's going to talk about some other activities around the convention and some of the tactical things around the mobile app. Bo?
Okay, thanks, Barb. So I'm just going to hit again on a few of the special events outside of the educational programming. And to start with, Will covered some of this, so we won't go too deep here, but the Sunday welcome reception is from 5 to 7 p.m. There'll be appetizers and drinks there. It's a great time to really come together and see all your friends kind of for the first time and maybe a long time. Sunday after our welcome reception is another reception that we partner with women leaders and N4A. So everyone is invited to that. You don't have to be a member of Women Leaders or even a woman. All of our attendees are invited to go to that event, which is always a great time. The CSC exhibit hall that Will mentioned, that is open on Sunday from 2 to 4. Then during the welcome reception, and then Monday from 10 to 5. So that is a little bit of a change from the past. We won't have it open on Tuesday like we did last year, but there will be plenty of time on Sunday and Monday to visit the exhibit hall. And we really hope that you'll come and support our sponsors and our exhibitors who are there to try to make connections. On Tuesday, Will mentioned the CSC night at the exhibit hall. Just to reemphasize, that is the one night that we do pay for access to that event. The reason why we just do it on that one night is because we want you to come to our major award events, which I'll talk about next on Monday night. So we want you to come to our events, which is why we just pay for the one night at the NACDA exhibit hall. So Monday night is our major event for our awards. The CSC Hall of Fame class will be inducted. The Academic All-America Hall of Fame class will be inducted. Multiple other of our highest awards are given on that night. The Trailblazer, the Warrenberg, the Arch Ward, Dick Enberg, Jake Wade, Keith Jackson. All of these awards are given out on Monday night. Lifetime Achievement is also that night. And we have some really special guests coming. If you've seen our announcements for the Academic All-America Hall of Fame, James Clear, Andrew Luck, and Steve Harder will all be in attendance, as well as our Dick Enberg Award winner, Warwick Dunn. Warwick Dunn is also doing a fireside chat type of session on Tuesday alongside Holly Rowe. So that's going to be another can't miss event. So great event on Monday night, and we hope that you'll be there. 5 o'clock is when it starts, with a little reception with food and drink, followed by the show really starting at 5:45. So see you there. Wednesday is our special awards lunch. These are more of our major awards. 25-year award, achievement awards, the Rising Star Award. Also, we're going to include some new things this year. We're going to add some recognition for our Creative Contest Award. We will be making the announcement of who wins the Designer of the Year and the Photographer of the Year during this award session. We'll also honor Stabley Award winners, scholarship winners, Changemaker Innovation Award. Basically, we're going to honor as many people as we can on Wednesday that we did not honor on Monday. 2 more really fun events put on by the Goodwill and Wellness Committee. Sunday afternoon from 2 to 4, we will have the on-site community service event again. Last year, we did not do something on site. This year, it's back. Led by that committee, they'll be packing kits for the homeless to benefit 3 Square Food Bank of Las Vegas. It'll be about a 2-hour event, and location and details will be in our mobile app. Also, the very popular 5K is Monday morning at 7 a.m. That event is open to anybody from the NACDA and affiliates and our members as well. There is a cost to participate in this. It's $25 to run in the event on site. All the proceeds do benefit 3 Square Food Bank again. Participants will receive a medal and a t-shirt this year. The t-shirt is provided by our new sponsor that we just announced today, Athlete, as well as Levy Recognition, as well as the medal comes from Levy Recognition. If you've participated before, you know exactly what it is, but it takes place around the pool track at the Mandalay Bay, so it's real convenient right there on site. Last thing that the chair, Jeremy Rosenthal, wanted us to mention is that there will be a new component this year with a special team award for the school with the most participants. And in case you're curious, Texas A&M is currently the leader with 7 participants. So round up your colleagues from that are there to attend some of the NACDA conventions. They count, and try to win that award. Last thing on this list is if you go to our convention homepage, look for the discounts button. There's some options to purchase tickets for the Las Vegas Aces basketball or Aviators baseball at a discounted rate. The Aces are playing the Minnesota Lynx, I believe, that on I think it's Tuesday. I don't know, we'll have to double check. But tickets for that are only $10. They play right there at the Mandalay Bay, so it's very convenient. The Aviators play about 20 to 25 minutes away. Transportation is not included. But those discounted tickets are available with links on our website. They're playing the Salt Lake Bees, $21 for the baseball tickets. Going to the next slide. Oh, just one more plug for the 5K. If you can't come for some reason, or I'm pretty sure it still counts towards the team award, you can participate in the virtual version. So run anywhere you are, anywhere from June 9th through 19th, and details about that are at that link, collegesportscommunicators.com/5K. Okay, switching over to the mobile app, I'm just going to touch on a few things, and I'm going to turn it over to Olivia. The mobile app is something we're working on right now. It is your greatest resource. Everything that you need will be in this app: the schedule, the locations, maps, information that we offer. And that app we are hoping to launch 7 to 10 days before the event. So if we're lucky, maybe May 31st, but sometime around there. So you will receive, if you have registered for our convention, you will receive an email at some point after it's launched, giving you instructions about how to download it. And that will be your confirmation that you have full access to the app. It's available on Apple and Google, and there will be a website version if you don't have an Apple or Google device. If you don't have an Apple or Google device, it's not going to work on your phone. The link is right there. collegesportscommunicators.com/24 mobile app is where that web version will be when it's available. Inside the app, you'll have the opportunity to customize your own schedule, to even communicate with other attendees or exhibitors. And we encourage you to participate in the mobile app game to earn points. And on that note, I'm going to turn it over to the person who got second place in the mobile app game at the 2023 convention, Olivia. Tell us a little bit more about some of the things we're doing with the app and the convention content team.
Yeah, definitely. So yes, I did get second place. And that was by putting questions in during sessions and checking out exhibitors and the different links and stuff. So that was a lot of fun. Another way that you can get involved and kind of interact with our team is the CSC content team. We'll have a bunch of different content team members going around the convention. They're doing question of the day. They're covering some of our events that are happening. So make sure that when you see them, talk to them, engage with them. They're there if you have an idea or you want to share pictures or a video. They're there to showcase what we're doing at the convention. So also make sure when you're posting to use the hashtag CSC UNITE 24 and then tag us at CallSportsCom. And that way we'll be able to share your content and make sure that we're highlighting you guys. And so other than that, I am going to be turning it over to Eric Christensen.
All right, thanks, Olivia. Appreciate those updates, and please join me in virtually thanking our team for all of this important information for today. A couple of other elements that we want to mention as we wrap up our presentation and we open it up for any questions. A reminder that the 2024 virtual business meeting is scheduled for May 29th at 2 p.m. Eastern. That's via Zoom. Our board president, John Paquette, will preside over that. And what's important about that is that will be the opportunity for membership to vote on the new slate of the CSC Executive Board of Directors. So please mark that on your calendars, and please plan to join that important meeting, which is part of your membership with CSC. Finally, just want to mention a thank you to all of our corporate partners. We have a number of new ones this year. Our events would not be possible without their support as well as yours. So please take a moment to take a look at this. You can find this on our website. And then while you're there on site, as has been mentioned, please take a chance to connect with our exhibitors and our sponsors as they're very interested in connecting with you as well. So we will end this portion of our presentation here. And unless there's anything else from our team, we will open it up for any questions. And I'll turn to either Will or Bo to let everybody know how they can ask a question today.
Sure. So everybody, please, if you have questions, we have 2 that have come in already. just type them right into the chat, and we will stay pretty much as long as we need to answer your questions, no matter how simple they are. So please put them in there. We want to help. So Will, we'll turn to you for the first one. It says, to be clear, Monday night All-Star Night of Honors is open to CSC badge holders, ? If so, is there a cap on the number of attendees, and do we need to sign up for that? Is there a dress code?
Certainly, if you've got a CSC badge, you're certainly welcome to join us. Again, we highly encourage that. We can also sell individual event tickets if you have colleagues from your institution or conference office who want to join that evening as well. But yes, no, certainly come in. That's part of your badge, part of what we receive for your registration. In terms of a dress code, nothing specific to that event, but we recommend business casual throughout the 4 days of the convention. So polo shirt or blouse, dress pants, or a dress for the ladies, if you so choose, is appropriate. Nothing more formal than that is required. But if you'd like to get dressed, throw on a tie and blazer or similar, certainly you're welcome to do that. So again, being there with our friends from NACTA and all the other affiliates, obviously we think we should all put on a nice presentation and look good as you're going about your convention experience. Bo, I'll go ahead and take that next question.
Hold on, Will. One more
yep.
point I wanted to add to what he said. If you have others from your institution that need tickets to attend an event, those are available for sale at collegesportscommunicators.com/tickets. And they are $60 to attend one of the awards functions on Monday or Wednesday. You can purchase those pretty easily through that site, but if you have any trouble, reach out to Will or I, and we can guide you through it. And a common question we get when people go to do that. So you do have to be logged in to purchase those tickets. So if your AD or a coach or someone else from your department wanted to buy their own ticket, they can do that. All they need to do is to create an account. It doesn't mean that they need to purchase a membership or anything like that. But they can just create a new account with CSC, and then that will give them access to be able to buy tickets. Or you as a member can buy the tickets for them. So there are a couple of options there, but just reach out to any of us if you have any issue. Okay, well, next question.
Yes, was asking for clarification on getting the t-shirt. Again, those will be available at the registration desk. That is at Breakers registration on the second floor of the convention center area. And yeah, we just ask that you have a completed membership profile. If you update that now, you can just pull it up on your phone or have us pull it up at one of the tablets or laptops there right at registration to confirm that you've updated it. And if not, you can do that right then. The reason we ask you to have an updated membership profile is just to help fill out some of your demographic, information, kind of your age, where you are in your career. Certainly, there are some other fields in terms of race, gender, et cetera. But if we have some programming specific to women, we might want to just email the women who are members of our association or something similar. So the more information you have in your profile, the better we can customize invitations and other material for you. Plus, it also helps us find out more about our membership as a whole. So if you could help us out with that, we'll be glad to give you a t-shirt in exchange for that.
And one more point to that as well. Just go to collegesportscommunicators.com/profile. That will take you to your profile directly if you're logged in, and just make sure it's updated and you get your t-shirt. Barb, we're going to let you handle this next question. It says, I am wanting to meet the other SIDs in my conference. Should I reach out before going to schedule a meeting, or is there designated seating by conference at events?
Certainly. And I love all the questions that are coming in, and they all make sense. And I think we've all asked those kind of questions at one point or another in our professional life. There is no designated seating. The only thing that's really designated is on Divisional Day. If you're a member of Division II, for example, you probably want to go to the Division II programming. But I think we encourage you not only to reacquaint yourselves with colleagues from your conference, but also sit next to someone that you don't know. It's a wonderful networking opportunity. So if you do want to connect with people before you get to Las Vegas. Bo, if I'm not mistaken, in the mobile app, we'll be able to see who the other attendees are.
That's correct. You can.
Yes. So that's an easy way for you to search and find out who's coming, and then make those connections before you do hit Vegas. And I can take the next one too from Kelly concerning the Adobe Express. That's a great question. I think I'm meeting with the Adobe presenters in a couple of days to go over different things. But if you're a newbie to using the Adobe suite, definitely encourage you to go to one of these sessions. And then I really would encourage you to look and see when the two Adobe folks, they're Eric and Donna, they will be around the entire convention, and they're going to be offering office hours. Those are the times, if you're new and you feel like you've got maybe some beginning questions, they will be happy to discuss those with you during those open office hours.
Thank you, Barb. Next question is there a general dress code? So Will touched on that a little bit. Business casual. So polos, jackets, blazers, dresses, pantsuit, those are the types of things that people will be wearing. Next question, will there be bigger sizes for the t-shirts, other options if they are not available? So yes, we have ordered a wide variety of shirts from very small to very large. Just like you would expect, we ordered a certain number of shirts, and so it will be first come, first served as people come to our registration desk and show us their profile and get their shirt. But we have tried to plan to have enough of every size that we think that we'll need. If we run out of your size, you might just have to get one for a friend. Okay, next question. Can we buy tickets the day of, or do we need to buy it ahead of time? So I assume this means for the special events. Will, you want to take that one?
Sure. We certainly encourage you to buy them ahead of time. It helps us get a good idea of the numbers and how many special or additional guests will be joining us. We will not sell them right at the event, the night of the event or the day of the event at the ballroom, but they will be available for sale at the registration desk at any point prior to the event being held. So if you want to wait till you get on site, that's fine, but highly encourage you to do that in advance, get that taken care of. One less thing you need to worry about on site at convention.
Thank you, Will. Okay, next question. I think a couple of us will take this one. So it says, what is the courtesy of attending the sessions? I've been to the AVCA convention and people leave and show up throughout sessions, and it is the norm. If there is a session that is overlapping with another session, is it seen as rude to leave early? So there's a couple of different things here. So I'm going to start by saying, when you're attending our awards events, we really encourage you to stay in your seat for the respect of the people who are being honored on stage. If you have to leave, then we would hope that you would kind of position yourself so you can flip out discreetly. That really is important to us, that the people who are being honored are shown that proper respect. Barb, would you want to take kind of what is the thought on educational sessions?
Yes, and it's a great question because we are going to have some overlaps. And I think that if you would position yourself, if you take a look at the schedule and you said, you know what, I think I'd like to come in and listen for 30, 35 minutes, but then I've got to I have an appointment, or I want to go to this other session or meet with some other people. If you would position yourself appropriately to maybe sit in the back of the room, a little bit in the back, so that you can move in and out. But I think Bo made the greatest point about respecting the folks during our awards ceremony. We understand that phone calls come, a work situation might arise. People do move in and out a little bit of our sessions, and we would just ask you to be as discreet as possible in your seating.
Yeah, and one more point about that. We have tried to make a little bit of an adjustment with the timing of our Wednesday special awards lunch this year to try to end it with enough time if people need to get to the airport to get out of town on Wednesday, especially if you're going back to the East Coast. We hope we can accommodate people as much as possible there. but you know, the world works like it works, and we know that you've got to get to the airport if you've got to get there. So just be considerate as much as you can. Will, next one's for you. Is parking free on site?
No, there is a charge. I don't have that cost in front of me at the moment, but it's not included with your convention badge.
Right. So that information, I'm just going to navigate there right now. I'll give you, if you go to our convention site, go to on-site info, there is a parking section there. And it says that valet parking at the Mandalay Bay and the Delano is $35 a day. No, for Monday through Thursday, and Friday through Sunday, it's $40. Self-parking is $18 a day, Monday through Thursday, and $23 on Friday through Sunday. And if you happen to be bringing like a RV or something, an oversized vehicle, it's $30 a day. Anyway, the information is there on the convention website. Barb, do we know why the Adobe Express sessions are all lengths are all different?
Well, I'm not sure about that, but I'm going to check on it. Mostly they're going to run 50 minutes. If they run a little longer, it might be because that's the time that we had available for that room, but they all should generally run 50 minutes, although the office hours are going to be extended. When you see what the office hours are, those are kind of drop in. Those might be 2.5 hours a day. So I'll take a look at that and make sure that it makes sense and it doesn't confuse anyone on the Adobe Express session. So thank you for that.
Yeah, that brings up another good point about the schedule. So we're doing our best to put information on the website as soon as we have it. It is all subject to change. I would not encourage anyone to print out the schedule at this point and use that as your gospel, because it will change. And once we get on site, the mobile app will be your best source. So if there's ever a conflict, like if we update the mobile app and miss something on the website, the mobile app will be your best source of information once it is launched. Okay, next question. I'm going to be staying at the Luxor. I know you touched on it a little bit, but would you say the short trip over to the Mandalay is pretty easy? Yes, it's extremely easy. I would say it's maybe 1 or 2 more minutes than if you were staying at the Mandalay Bay. It's not far at all and very, very simple. You'll have no trouble.
You just cut right through the food court. Their food court. Yep.
In fact, that's usually where we stay when we do a site visit. It's very convenient. Can you go to different divisional day sessions if you aren't part of the division? Example, can a D3 SID go to a D1 session? Barb, you want to take it?
Absolutely. Absolutely. If something is of your interest, please make sure that you attend. I can tell you last year we had a session with the NAIA, and it was on creative content, and we had some speakers who tons and tons of people who are non-NAIA gravitated towards. So yes, if something sparks your interest, please feel free to navigate to that room.
Perfect. Okay, next question. Could we go to the community service project for only half the time if we want to go to one of the other workshops? Yes, absolutely. The community service event is scheduled from 2 to 4. Quite honestly, I doubt that it takes that long. There's usually so many people that want to help that they get done pretty fast. There'll be a designated number of kits that they're putting together, and then when they get them all put together, it will be over. But it is completely come and go as you need to, and the committee will certainly take all the helpers they need, and but you are free to come and go. Can the t-shirts be a color other than unflattering white? Well, that's subjective, but they're going to be light gray. We want to make sure we can put our full color logo on the front, and they are not white, but they are a light gray. And we hope that we got a good style. We think we did. Which award session will include the 30 under 30 honorees? That will be the Wednesday special awards luncheon. The class will be called up. They'll receive their certificates, take a photo with John, and yes, that is Wednesday. Okay, next question. Just wanted to make sure, are all educational sessions are open to us without signing up for any of them, correct? I remember the previous convention, we did have to sign up for some and some did not fill up. So this question is about the educational lounge sessions. And Barb, go ahead and touch on what the new deal is there with no signups.
Right. There are no signups this year. We wanted to simplify things, and what we ended up doing was opening up more space. We have a lot of space in Vegas. We can make the sessions a little bit bigger, so it won't be constricted to 40 or 50. And that is another reason why there will be, and the Adobe sessions are offered numerous times throughout. Because if the room does get filled, you know, it's going to be first come, first serve, but you're going to have more than one opportunity to meet with those folks at various times throughout the week. So this year we decided to shake things up a little bit and open up the size of the rooms to accommodate more people and the interest that some of these sessions might have.
Thank you. Okay, we have one question left. So if you do have more questions, this would be the time to put them in. The question is, are the workshops recorded or are educational materials provided afterwards if you are unable to attend one due to conflicting times in the schedule? So I can take this one. So the things that will be recorded are the award shows. They will be recorded and shared on our YouTube channels in the coming days or weeks following the convention. Our general policy in the past has been that we do not record sessions and share them later. We really encourage people to be on site. Now, I understand this question is more about you want to go to two things at once, and so you're going to miss the other one. What I would recommend is just bring your friends, split up, go to different things, excuse me, go to different things, and then come together and talk about what you learned at the different sessions. I'd invite Barb or Will or Eric or anyone to add to some strategies for getting around no on-demand recordings.
Right.
I would just add that some presenters may choose to put some things, Bo, I believe, in the mobile app as links, whether they're kind of white papers or outlines. That's up to the individual presenters and moderators if they choose to do that. But if they do, that information will pop up and be part of the event when you click on that specific session in your mobile app.
Right.
Yes,
And
that's absolutely true.
Yes, and there will be some people that do provide those materials for downloading. The other thing is, one of the reasons why we don't record is the fact that, you know, we want to preserve the value of attending the convention, right? So we want to make sure that if you're present and you're in Vegas, you've paid for the privilege of networking, you've paid for the privilege of learning, you've paid for the privilege of collaborating with others. And so that's another reason why we won't record our events, because we want to make sure that anyone who does attend has that material independent of someone who, you know, might not be able to attend the convention. And we're just not going to put anything, we just don't have anything on demand, with the exception of our award ceremonies, as Bo mentioned.
I would say too that, you know, you'll see in the app who all the speakers are, and if you're in one session, you want some information in the other. I'm confident that if you choose to reach out through the mobile app or via email to certain presenters, I feel confident saying we know this profession well enough that at least those internal speakers, those who are our members who are presenting, will be more than happy to share, you know, a PowerPoint or some notes or highlights from their individual sessions following the convention.
Thank you, Barb and Will. So we don't have any other questions that are in right now. So while we're just giving it a couple of more minutes to see if there's any last minute questions that come through, I would just make the point that also in the mobile app, there will be the opportunity to complete surveys. Every session that you attend, there will be the opportunity to rate it and leave a comment. So it'll be a 1 to 5 star. 5 star means you loved it. And a blank space to offer your feedback. That feedback can be for the CSC staff and board. It can be for the individual presenters. Anything, it goes there. Just feel free to fill out those surveys for each session that you attend. It really helps us as we think about, you know, what we want to do next year in Orlando. And then also there will be an overall convention survey in the app that we really want you to fill out. That survey, we will go through it, we will review it, that's where we get a lot of our ideas for what we do next year in terms of sessions and offerings and activities. You know, the more feedback we can get through those surveys, the better we can do for you. So I don't see any other questions here. Eric or John, did you want to have any final word, and then we'll let everyone go?
Yeah, thanks, Bo, and thanks everyone for joining. A couple of other just key points as we wrap up today. First of all, this session's being recorded. We'll make it available for you if you want to go back and review, or you want to provide it for someone else on your team or in your department. We'll make that available to you. A couple of other elements that we didn't touch on, but I want to mention as well. We will have a dedicated workroom at convention. So if you do need to get a little bit of work done, we understand that day job sometimes pops up while you're on site there. We'll have that dedicated workroom available for you. You won't have to go back to your specific hotel room. Also this year, we're making a bit of a pivot with our product theaters. We'll have several new companies that will be presenting there. We want to encourage you to take advantage of those. Of course, the very popular sidearm sports product theater will be there, and several new ones as well. And we want to make sure that you're aware of that. We'll be updating that calendar on the website and within the convention app as we get closer to the convention as well. Finally, again, thanks for joining us. All the information you need for the convention is on our website. Please reach out to any of us on the team here if you have any questions, and I'll turn to our board president for any final comments. John?
Final comment is we can't wait to see everybody in Las Vegas. So look forward to seeing everybody there.
Thank you.
Great. Thanks, everyone.